Lesson 3.7, Parallel and Perpendicular Lines. Parallel lines are lines that never intersect, are always the same exact distance apart, and have the same slope. They are symbolized with two vertical parallel lines and look like this. Perpendicular lines are lines that intersect at exactly 90 degrees. They intersect at a right angle. Their slopes are opposite reciprocals of one another, and they are symbolized with two perpendicular lines, otherwise known as an upside down capital T, and look like this. By the way, this indicates right angle. If it does not have this, we cannot assume it is a right angle. It could be 91 or 89 degrees, even if it looks like it's 90. Lines that are neither intersect at any degree other than 90 and can look like this or any other thing. Now you'll notice this looks like 90, but no indication. There's no little box, means it's not 90 degrees, unless we measure it with a protractor. Parallel lines have identical slopes. So we'll look at the lines, and we will identify the lines that are parallel. -2 and +2. -2 does not equal +2, so we have not parallel. 1/2 and 1/2. These lines are parallel. 5 and 5. These lines are parallel. And I have no idea until I put them into y equals mx plus b format. So I'll take 2x plus 3y equals 9. 4x minus 6y equals 8. I'm going to move my 2x over. And as I had mentioned previously, if I change the side of the equal, I change the sign. So I don't have to do anything other than pick it up and move it. And if it's positive, I make it negative. If it's negative, I make it positive. I divide by 3, and I get y is equal to -2/3 x plus 3. On this particular one, I'll pick up my 4x and I'll move it over, and I will get -6y is equal to -4x plus 8. I'll divide everything by -6. And I will get y is equal to +2/3 x minus 4/3. -2/3 and +2/3, we are not parallel. So that's how you tell if lines are parallel or not, is by comparing their slope. We sometimes have to write the equation of a line parallel to another line. So I have a line, 3x plus 5 equals 20, and I want to find a line that's parallel to that line that goes through the point 3, -2. Okay, so in order to do that, the first thing I need to do is take that 3x plus 5y equals 20 and find its slope. So I pick up my 3x and I move it. So I have 5y is equal to -3x plus 20. I divide everything by 5, and I get y is equal to -3/5 x plus 4. The slope of my first line is equal to -3/5. If m1 equals the slope of my second line, they'll be parallel. So I want my slope on my second line to also be -3/5. The second step then is to plug in the slope and this point. So -3/5 times 3, y is -2, and I need to find b. So -2 is equal to -9/5 plus b. 2 is the same thing as 10/5. So I have -10/5 is equal to -9/5 plus b. I will add 9/5 to both sides. So I will have negative 1/5 is equal to b. So my equation is going to be y is equal to negative 3/5 x minus 1/5. This line is parallel to this line. Perpendicular lines have slopes that are opposite reciprocals of each other. Opposite reciprocals are opposite signs, so positive, negative, and upside down. So for example, 4 and negative 1/4, 2/3 and negative 3/2, or negative 2/3 and positive 3/2. 1/5 and negative 5. So basically just opposite and upside down. Identifying the lines that are perpendicular to each other. I have 2/3 and 3/2. These are reciprocal, but not opposite. So they are not perpendicular. I have 2 and negative 1/2, so I have reciprocal, and they're opposite, so they are perpendicular. And then for these examples, I first have to convert them to y equals mx plus b. So I will take my 3x and I'm going to move it over, so I'll get 4y is equal to negative 3x plus 12. Then I'll divide everything by 4, and I'll have y is equal to negative 3/4 x plus 3. And for this one, I'm going to move my 8x, and I'll have 6y is equal to negative 8x minus 5. I'll divide everything by 6 to get y is equal to negative 4/3 x minus 5/6. I have reciprocal again, but not opposite. Negative 4/3, negative 3/4, so they are not perpendicular. Just like with parallel lines, sometimes we have to find a line perpendicular to another line. So again, our first step is going to be to put the equation into y equals mx plus b format. So 2x minus 7y is equal to negative 21. I'm going to move my 2x. So I have negative 7y is equal to negative 2x minus 21. I will divide everything by negative 7, and I will have y is equal to 2/7 x plus 3. My first slope is 2/7. My perpendicular slope is going to be negative 7/2. So I have to opposite and upside down. I then will take my new slope, negative 7/2. I will plug in the x. I will plug in the y, and I will find b. So I have 3 is equal to 49/2 plus b. 3 is the same as 6/2, so I'll subtract 49/2 from both sides. Negative 49 and 6 is negative 43/2 to give me my b. And my new equation is y is equal to negative 7/2 x minus 43/2. And that line will be perpendicular to this line.